My first day at my new job was supposed to be the beginning of an exciting chapter. At 32, I had accepted a senior marketing position at a growing tech company in New York, determined to prove myself once again. I walked into the office confident that nothing could distract me from my career. Within minutes, everything changed. Sitting on the desk beside mine was a silver picture frame holding a photograph of my husband, Michael. It was not just someone who resembled him. It was the exact picture we had taken together during our vacation in Maui, a photo I had personally framed years ago. Before I could react, my new coworker Maya smiled proudly and told me the man in the picture was her boyfriend of 3 years. She happily explained they were engaged and would be married before the end of the year. I had been married to Michael for 7 years. I somehow kept my composure while my entire world collapsed around me. Maya showed me the expensive diamond ring Michael had recently given her and talked about how loving, successful, and hardworking he was. According to her, he constantly traveled for business, worked late nights, and was saving for their dream future together. Every excuse sounded painfully familiar because they were the same stories Michael had been telling me for years. In that single conversation, I realized my husband had secretly lived a second life for nearly half of our marriage. Instead of confronting anyone, I chose silence. I knew that if Michael discovered I knew the truth, he would destroy every piece of evidence. Throughout the day, I carefully listened as Maya unknowingly revealed more details about their relationship. She proudly shared how they met at a finance conference in Dallas, how Michael claimed she was the woman who finally made him want to settle down, and how they were searching for a luxury condo together in Hudson Yards. Every word exposed another lie I had believed for years. Maya was not pretending. She honestly believed Michael was single, making both of us victims of the same deception. That evening, Michael texted me asking about my first day before casually mentioning another client dinner that would keep him out late. For years, I would have believed him without hesitation. This time, I simply replied with a short message while quietly beginning my investigation. When I returned home, I searched his closet and found expensive restaurant receipts matching nights he had supposedly been entertaining investors. I then searched Maya's social media and discovered countless clues. His expensive watch appeared in photos, familiar restaurants showed up repeatedly, and even his wedding band was visible in several pictures. The evidence proved that this was not a temporary affair. Michael had built an entirely separate relationship while maintaining our marriage. The following morning, everything became even clearer. During breakfast, Michael left his phone on the counter. A notification appeared from Maya saying she could not wait to see him that evening. Seconds later, he kissed my forehead, told me he loved me, and repeated that he would be working late. Watching him lie so naturally shocked me more than the affair itself. The emotional pain slowly disappeared and was replaced by determination. I was no longer acting like a betrayed wife. I was gathering evidence. At work, Maya unknowingly continued helping my investigation. She proudly talked about expensive gifts Michael bought her, designer shoes delivered to the office, romantic dinners, and the luxury apartment they planned to purchase together. I secretly created a spreadsheet documenting every date, location, conversation, and purchase she mentioned. Soon, the timeline of Michael's hidden life became impossible to deny. Knowing I needed professional help, I met my longtime friend Sarah, one of the best divorce attorneys in the city. After hearing everything, she advised me to stay calm and collect financial proof before confronting Michael. According to her, evidence would always be more powerful than emotion inside a courtroom. Following her advice, I downloaded a full year of statements from our joint bank account. What I found made my stomach turn. Michael had transferred more than $100,000 to Maya over the past year. Worse still, he had withdrawn another $50,000 from our savings as a down payment for the luxury condo Maya constantly talked about. Every expensive date, every designer gift, and every dream they shared had been financed with money that legally belonged to both of us. My investigation continued. One evening, I watched Michael pick Maya up outside our office before secretly following them to the condo sales center. Hidden from view, I photographed them touring the property together. Days later, Maya proudly asked me to review the presentation for Michael's new investment company. While reading the document, I discovered she owned 20% of the business. Michael had used our marital assets to launch an entirely new company with his mistress as his partner. At that moment, I understood everything. He was quietly replacing me while financing his future with money we had earned together. Sarah and I organized every receipt, bank statement, photograph, timeline, and financial record until the case became impossible to dispute. Soon we learned Michael would officially launch his company during an investor cocktail party at a luxury hotel. Maya would attend as his business partner and future wife. Rather than confronting him privately, I decided that everyone deserved to know exactly who they were trusting. On the night of the event, I walked into the ballroom wearing a simple black dress. Michael stood confidently speaking with wealthy investors, while Maya proudly remained at his side. The moment he saw me, every bit of confidence disappeared from his face. I calmly approached them and asked if he planned to introduce me. When he remained speechless, I introduced myself instead. I smiled politely and told the room I was Michael's wife of 7 years. Silence instantly filled the ballroom. Maya looked at Michael in complete disbelief while the investors demanded answers. Before Michael could invent another excuse, I placed copies of our financial records on the nearest table and explained that his new company, the luxury condo, and many of Maya's expensive gifts had all been funded using money secretly taken from our shared marital accounts. One by one, the investors walked away, refusing to become involved with someone capable of such deception. Within minutes, Michael lost his financial backing, his business reputation, and the woman he had promised to marry. Maya realized she had been manipulated just as completely as I had. Later that night, Michael returned home looking completely defeated. He quietly asked whether I really needed to expose him in front of everyone. I calmly reminded him that I had destroyed nothing. He had spent 3 years lying to 2 women, stealing from our marriage, and building a future based entirely on dishonesty. I had simply revealed the truth. I informed him that divorce papers would arrive on Monday, and that every dollar he had stolen would be recovered through the legal system. As I stood alone on our balcony overlooking the lights of New York, I realized I was no longer mourning the marriage I believed I had. That marriage had ended years earlier without my knowledge. What remained was my future, my dignity, and the certainty that no lie can survive forever. Sometimes losing the person you loved is the only price you must pay to finally find yourself again.